Hello. So it's been a while since I've done something like this, and as you can tell, in an entirely brand new place. For those of you who didn't know, I moved from Detroit to the South about 3 months ago, and I fucking hate it here, but we'll get to that. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done something like this, just kind of talking one on one into the camera at the end of the year, or as of today, the beginning of the year, because it's New Year's Day when I'm recording this. And by the way, if you hear Jewel kind of coughing and hacking in the background, she's fine. She has kennel cough. If you hear her coughing and she sounds pretty bad in the background, she's fine. It's just kennel cough. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to make this video to just kind of talk, talk about like what's been going on in my life, the new year, last year, hopes for next year, some of the content I want to make, some of the content I am making, some of the content that I'm sadly going to have to sacrifice, and just kind of document a lot of what's been going on and just kind of put out into the world what I want to do going forward, both for myself, for the world, for a lot of things really, both on and off YouTube and just in general really. So I'll put timestamps in the description below if you want to just skip past things. Like if you don't want to hear me talk about my life and just kind of what's been going on, and you just kind of want to get to, okay, what's going to happen to channel, what's going to happen with videos, what's this fundraiser that she's talking about, what's all this new stuff that she's trying to make. I'll put timestamps in the description below. I just kind of want to go through this one by one and not ramble so much, because if I ramble, it's going to get boring. So you have those down there. If you skip ahead, I don't care. If you just want to get to things that I'm trying to make, things that I would like to come, then they're down there. But I just kind of want to begin with what's been going on with me in 2021 and why I'm kind of glad it's gone and what happened and this, that, and the other. And I'm just going to take a quick sip of my tea here. I have no idea what kind of tea this is, but it's like this nice spicy cinnamon herbal tea. So quickly go over 2021. It was a pretty tough year for me. I started 2021 and January was just the worst mental health month of my life. I had to leave my mom's and move into my grandma's because the situation at my mom's place was pretty terrible and toxic. For those of you who don't know, I have this crazy Aunt Karen who's an abusive bitch, and she physically attacked me in December, and we both just kind of reached our snapping points, and I bit her because, and I tried to throw a punch and all that stuff. And I just couldn't stay around because I was trying to leave and go to college, and I didn't want a record, because if I had a record, I won't be able to go and study the health sciences. So in order to just kind of save myself and my sanity and not have a trauma dream almost every single night, I left my mom's and went around the corner to my grandmother's to just kind of wait out time there until I was able to leave for college and never see that fucking hoe again. I mean, not to be rude or anything, but fuck that bitch. But man, it was hard because I had to leave Jewel at my mom's place. And thankfully, the distance between my mom and my grandma's is 5 minutes. And I saw her every day, but not having my dog by my side and leaving her in a place with a person, I would say, that I didn't trust, even though everybody knew if something happened to my dog and you did it, I would go John Wick on you. It was still scary. And something admittedly did happen to Jewel, but that something was she got bad diarrhea because my crazy Aunt Karen is a pig who doesn't know how to clean up. And Jewel probably got into something. She probably licked something off the floor and she had diarrhea for a couple of days, but that was the extent of it, thankfully. And we're both out of there now, and I'm, of course, watching her all the time. And when I can't watch her, she goes to daycare and she has a lot of fun. So that was kind of January and February, just the worst mental health months of my life. Just constantly worrying, like, what if I don't get into school? What happens to Jewel? What if this? What if that? And it was awful. It was absolutely awful. So after January and February and March, I decided to go back to therapy, and I needed a remote therapist because, you know, when you're planning on moving out of state, I just wanted my healthcare to just easily transfer over. So I found a remote therapist, and about 2, maybe 3 sessions in, I get diagnosed with PTSD, and made sense. Made a lot of sense. PTSD, huh? Okay. Looking back on my life, yep. And the fucked up part is, I have the best and the worst friends, because all throughout my life, every time I was like, hey guys, this, that, and the other about me, all my friends were like, yeah, we knew that already. And I'm the delayed one who didn't know things about myself until it's like called out, or like years later, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm gay. Yeah, Ari, we knew that. We ain't surprised. Good job. So I've been going to therapy pretty regularly and learning and dealing more with my trauma and about my trauma. And it's a box, you know. It starts as a box, and then it grows into a closet, because more and more over time you're realizing more things about yourself that you didn't know until you're just kind of confronted with it, or somebody talks about it, or but it's been extremely helpful, because there was just a lot of years in my life where I was just so angry, and I didn't know why until I reached my breaking point, and I reached multiple breaking points, and I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back to being so angry that I take it out in the wrong ways, and I don't put it towards something healthy and productive, because it's really damaging. And being in that place was just so awful for me and my mental health. And yeah, I don't want to go back there. So I'm glad I went back to therapy, and I'm glad that now I know, and I just feel better. That's all I can say about it. I just feel better. So moving on from March onwards, you know, it's like living with my grandma, going to work at my job that I had back in Detroit, going to school until that semester was over, and just waiting to know if I got into this program that I was trying to get into, that I'm in now. I'm studying physical therapy assisting, and summer comes along. And when summer comes along, it's like, okay, if I leave, I need to make every single moment count. So that summer was the best one in my life. You know, going to work was taking its toll on me. I finally learned what compassion fatigue is, and it hit hard, and I wasn't able to escape it, and it took me about 2 months to recover. And those 2 months came when I moved down here to Virginia. But I entered that summer with the ambition to just not say no to a lot of new things, because moving down here, everybody knew I wasn't going to come back. And now I really want to go back. The program is intense. I don't get a lot of breaks. I'm going to school throughout the summer, et cetera, et cetera. So because of that, I just wanted to spend more time with my loved ones than anything else. And that's all I did throughout the summer. Almost every weekend, I had something to do. I was with friends. I was with my partner. I was doing a lot of things to make just some really wonderful memories. And it truly was the best one in my life, and it's one I don't regret having at all. I had to sacrifice a lot, and those sacrifices mainly came towards, you know, creative sacrifices, not drawing as much, not writing as much, not editing as much. But it didn't matter, because what mattered was the love that I got to experience and share throughout the summer. And you know, being down here in Virginia in this fucking podunk fucking southern ass piece of shit goddamn state. If you live in the South and you have no escape in sight, I'm sorry. But being down here, I'm just like so incredibly homesick. And whenever I'm homesick, I look back on last summer and all of those memories, and I feel better. And that was the point of last summer for me, to have those memories so that when I was here, I would have them to look back on. But another thing that happened last summer was I started cosplaying, and I created a number of sets, and we'll get to that in a minute. So when summer ended, I got accepted into the program, and I couldn't believe that either. A lot of people tell me, oh, don't worry, you're gonna do it, you're gonna get it, and I don't believe them at all. But when I got that call and I was told, hey, you're one of the top candidates for the program, I still can't believe it. I still can't believe I was so highly considered. And then I got the call, and I was in the car with my partner on a date and was told I got in. And I kissed that woman, and I was like, babe, I am out. And now I wish I was back. So I said goodbye. Summer ended. I ended it with my partner, and there was crying. There was quite a bit of tears, and I just kind of went into hermit mode for a solid 2 to 3 weeks, packing, just compiling a bunch of content for the channel, writing a lot, and getting ready to leave. And then, end of September comes, I got to go to orientation, and it's me, my dog, my mom, and my uncle, and we're in my uncle's pickup truck driving down to Virginia for 10 hours. And I arrived safely, but the transition to living in this state was a nightmare. I was homeless for the first 2 weeks. I was in a shady hotel. I was flat broke. I lost almost $1,000 of my own money just trying to find somewhere to live. And before anybody says, oh, why did you have a backup plan? We had 7. We had backup plan A through Z, and all of them failed. The reason why I was homeless was because we spent 4 months trying to find me a place to live, and we put in application after application, paid fee after fee, and goddamn, only 3 people got back to us after applying to like 10 different places. The story of how I found this place where I'm in now is another one that I really don't feel like getting into, but I only had like 2 days left in a pretty bad, shady hotel, just the kind of place where guests are residents and neighbors, and the smoking policy wasn't respected. And people say something about Jewel, or they see something about Jewel, and it's like instantly scary, because it's like, hey man, you can take my tech, you can take whatever you want, but just please don't take my dog, because they see a big pretty dog like Jewel, especially one who looks very young, even though she's 11 now. And it's like, oh, they're probably gonna steal my dog. But thankfully, we're here. We are here now. Found a place, thankfully, after being rejected again. And nobody told us that the reason why we were rejected was because of credit card protection. The protection company was blocking the credit card checks, and nobody told us that after 4 goddamn months. But found a place, and it's not perfect, but at least they were efficient and communicated, and way more affordable than anywhere near school. And at least it's also not, yeah. So that's where I've been. That's been my life. That's been 2021. There she goes. I told you you're gonna hear her. I told you were gonna hear her. You okay? I know you got something else in you. You good? You good? Alright, I believe you. So yeah, that's been my life. That's been 2021. I fucking hate it here in Virginia. Man, I was desperate to get out of Detroit, when me, with the most worst and severe Southern prejudice that I know, says, hey, let's move to the goddamn South. How about that? Let's move to the South. What could go wrong? What could be so bad? Everything. Goddamn everything. The American South is hell on earth, and I fucking hate it here. This place is full of goddamn hicks and Nazis, and I hate it here. And my Southern prejudice is not wrong. I was right. So I want to go back home. Not Detroit. Fuck Detroit. Detroit is a goddamn fucking nightmare, and I never want to see that fucking shit ass place again. But at the same time, I never want to fucking come back to the fucking South again. I just want to go home. Just take me back to Southeast Michigan. Take me back to Southeast Michigan, please, God. But despite that, I'm here. I made it. I'm getting a degree. I really like my studies. As tough as they have become, I'm very happy and just so grateful to be here, learning how to save and improve lives. And, you know, it's kind of where I belong, and I definitely don't recommend everybody going into healthcare. We have too many people in healthcare already who are in it for the money, which you should not be, and you have to be a certain kind of person to go into healthcare. But man, this is a tough field, a very, very tough field, and I do not recommend it, especially if you're in America, because, like, you know, I'm trying to leave this fuck-ass country, so there's that. So with that being said, now that I am out and on my own in my own place, that means, oh, well, we're gonna be making more content, right? Yes, we are making more content, just not a lot of YouTube content. From what I've said about 2021, I didn't have a lot of time, nor did I have the space or the mental well-being to make a lot of YouTube content. I like to record when I'm alone and do a lot of things when I'm alone without the judgment of other people, because I'm the kind of person who takes a lot to heart, and it's bad and I should work on it, but I don't know how to work on it. So I just wasn't able to make a lot of videos when I was in Michigan because I didn't have the space to make videos, and I wasn't alone a lot to make videos. And then when summer happened, I did have more time to make videos, but I spent that time with my loved ones, like I said, which I do not regret. So moving down here to Virginia, because the transition was so awful, I once again couldn't make videos. I was writing a lot. I was writing a lot of scripts, and I was writing some original short stories, which we'll get into, but I didn't have Wi-Fi for 2 months. So I couldn't make videos then, and it was only just kind of recently, like beginning of last month, that I finally got Wi-Fi after living in my new place for 2 months. So that happened, and now I still kind of am not able to make videos, and I would really like to continue making YouTube videos, but there's a lot of problems with that at the moment. The problem isn't lack of drive or mental health or anything like that. I would love to continue to make YouTube videos, but again, there's a lot of factors. One of those factors are school, because it's kind of intense right now. I just started my first physical therapy class, and at my school, if you fail one physical therapy class, you can't move on to the rest of the classes. So I have to wait months to retake it, and I don't want that to happen because I want to graduate on time and get the fuck out of the goddamn South. Another factor is the cosplay content, which I will get more in depth with soon, but right now I'm trying to turn my cosplay into a business, and it's erotic, of course, because y'all know me, I'm horny, and it's generating money, unlike YouTube. Sadly and not sadly, actually, I should say. I've already made sales from my cosplay content. I've already gotten interest from my cosplay content, and all of the money I make from that goes right back into the business. And I just kind of want to put it all in this giant melting pot, like make a business where everything is under one umbrella: cosplay, YouTube, books. But I'm only getting started. And like I said, YouTube isn't going to bring in any money. And when the time does come so that the YouTube channel can be monetized, I don't know how I want to monetize that. I don't want to put ads on my videos. I hate YouTube. I really do, because it's so anti-creator, and I don't want to give them a cent because of that. So if whatever I get a chance to monetize my YouTube videos, I don't want to. I don't want any of my videos to be monetized. And when it comes to platforms like Patreon, fuck that. I hate Patreon as well. I don't want to go onto Patreon because, again, anti-creator, and they recently really screwed over a bunch of creators with kind of shady tax practices. A model that I've been following ever since the Tumblr days really got screwed over, and now the IRS is banging on her door for money she didn't earn. But yeah, there's just kind of no money coming in from YouTube, and I want to turn my content into a business and create full time, but you can't really do that without money. And another reason why I won't be making as much YouTube content this year is editing, because there's a lot of work that goes into making these videos, and they can take days at a time. They can take longer if you're a full-time student like me, and this is why you have an editor, like Editor Nick, you guys know him. But I don't have the means to pay Editor Nick for YouTube content right now. And I really hope that this year I'll be able to grow the platform enough so that I will be able to pay him more and you guys will get more videos, because there's a lot of stuff I really want to make, but I can't make a lot of that stuff because time, just constricting time factors, because when I'm spending time editing, that's time being taken away from writing scripts and consuming content and doing this, that, and the other. And I don't want to, have my mental health suffer from just constantly 24/7 being go, go, go and not seeing any return. So that's, it's sucky, I know, but it's true. And like I said, there's so much that I would love to make. I've been working on a Nana video for a while. I would really like to make a video on Lucky Star. I have a ton of scripts on multiple subjects, from horror manga to webtoons to Instagram comics, and I would love to make all of it. And I'm not stopping. I am absolutely not stopping, because I just want to read more, and I want to write more, and I want to create more. But there's constraints. There's creative constraints, and there's going to be shorter videos going in the future, or at least I'm going to try and make shorter videos going into the future, so I have more time to focus on other things. And I don't mind making the shorter videos because I've learned how to embrace the constraints, so that hopefully videos end up being like 10 minutes or 5 minutes or less, but they're still quality, So I've embraced that. What I cannot embrace is just editing and spending time editing and just having time taken away from other projects when I have help that can help me. And Editor Nick is a bro, and I want to make sure that he's taken care of both financially and health-wise, because again, that's my bro, and his mental and physical health comes above anything else in the world. And if he's not feeling well, he's not doing shit for me. Yeah, there's just no money in YouTube as there is cosplay content. And I love everything that I make, and I, going forward, just would love to make more and more and more, but time is the enemy and the answer in this situation. Oh God, that's cold now. Ooh, that is cold now. I'm not getting up and making another cup. That's not happening. So, the cosplaying. Yeah, that's been underway for almost 2 weeks now, and it has grown more than I thought it would. Like I said, I'm trying to turn this into a business. I've been pretty vocal about wanting to be a sex worker and an erotic creator for years now, and I've been trying to find my footing in this world of erotica for, oh my God, so long, so long. I have years of history with just trying to enter and just toying with the idea and already being in it, because I used to write erotic fan fiction, and then I was like, no, we can't do smutty fan fiction anymore. We gotta grow up and be serious. So then I tried to write like a bunch of different stories and novels, and none of them worked out because I just kind of lost it. And then I just kind of rediscovered erotica, and it's like, yes, this is where I belong. And I'm so sorry, 17 to 20-year-old me, because you tried so hard and you suffered a lot, and turns out the answer was like right there. Right there is the whole entire time, and I'm sorry. I wish you knew sooner. So I've been working on a couple sets lately. I have a link tree now, so you can like find all of my links, because I've made a bunch of new accounts. I have an erotic Twitter now. I'm on Instagram, though I'm pretty sure Instagram is trying to delete me already. I'm on Fansly, so if you want to see more of my work, I'm on there. I'm doing more in cosplay as well, because there's like a bunch of kinks that, you know, I don't mind and I like to play into, and you can just kind of see those for yourself. And I have a bunch of cosplay goals for 2021. Over summer, we probably shot like 5, maybe 6, 7 sets. And some of those sets, about 2 of them are not going to be released. But yeah, there's a couple of sets coming. A couple of sets have, well, not a couple of sets, about 2 new sets have already been shot. And I'm working on a couple more upcoming sets. My goals are kind of, you know, written out. There's a bunch of cosplays I would like to do in the future, and a lot of them can be done faster than others. And again, I want to turn this into a business. I want to be able to take custom orders. I want to grow the platform and earn an honest living from creating erotica. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, you're just making porn, you're just a cam girl. That sounds so silly. Bitch, I know. I am a whore. I am proud of it. I literally go up to people and I'm like, hey, your favorite whore needs help. And they help me out. Because you want to know the nice part about having good friends and good people? They don't look at you any differently for your chosen profession. So fuck you. Oh, God. But no, I want to make erotica. I want to make erotic art. This is where I belong. I want to turn this into a business, because I want to work for myself and also use it to fund other businesses and other business ventures, especially one in the health sciences, which I am getting my degree for. And I know that people will probably have a lot of questions and concerns and comments, and I do read the comments from time to time. And, you know, you can just put those down in the comment section, or just come into the Discord and ask me. I don't care. I will answer. My DMs are open for a reason. So, yeah, if you want to see those and support me, it's all in my link tree. And I really, really appreciate the help and support, especially since I'm trying to put on a passive fundraiser. So one of my goals, my big goals over the next few years, is to build and grow the platform so that we're regularly passively giving towards charity. And my first effort to do that is, throughout the year, I'm going to be raising money for the Michigan Humane Society. The Michigan Humane Society, for those of you who don't know, they're a vet and adoption center, and they have been servicing families throughout Michigan since the 1800s. They've been taking care of my family's animals since before I was even born, and they've been a part of my life and my family's lives for so long that they hold a very near and dear place in my heart. And my family and I, we try to provide as we can by, like, you know, giving blankets and whatnot. But COVID and just all of the atrocities that it brought to light really has me wanting to do more for the vets and the staff and the animals at the Humane Society. So my fundraiser, like I said, is a passive one. There's not going to be like a GoFundMe or anything. Throughout the year is a portion of every sale that I make from my content, my cosplay content, I should say, not YouTube content, because YouTube probably isn't going to bring any money in this year, is going to go into this fund. So if you decide to purchase something from me, if you decide to, like, you know, go onto my Gumroad page and purchase a set, subscribe to me on Fansly, go and make a custom order from me, that will all go into the fund. And it's not every purchase, I should say, but at the end of the month, and hopefully soon weekly, about 10% of total sales will go into that fund. And again, hopefully that will go from monthly to weekly, and hopefully that 10% will grow to 15 or maybe even 20%. But, you know, I gotta live too. I sadly have a $150 student loan bill to pay every month because I'm an American and I live in fucking hell. So that's what's going on. And that's another reason why I really, really appreciate the support so far. And, you know, if you don't have the means to purchase, it's whatever. A simple follow on my social media, you know, my TikTok, my Fansly, my Instagram, my Arrow Twitter, that's more than enough. Just following and sharing my work is really helping out more than you know. So if you want to help me, if you want to help the Humane Society Fund, just follow me. You don't have to purchase anything, just follow and share my stuff around. I guess I should just talk about just kind of my hopes for this year. I guess write maybe 2 or 3 books throughout 2022 for it's just kind of highballing it. So yeah, maybe about 2 or 3 books in 2022 would be nice. To pay editor Nick, that's like gold tier goal for 2022. Pay editor Nick, because man, the guy deserves it. The guy deserves it so much, and I feel so bad for not being able to give him work. But yeah, paying editor Nick is like ultimate goal in 2022. Grow the platform. That has always been a goal for me, and this time it's like a collective term. The YouTube platform, the cosplay platform, really want to grow it for the sake of the fundraiser, but also for the sake of future causes. Because again, I would like to be at the point where I have a platform where I get to donate more to multiple charities. And right now it's a yearly thing, but hopefully it will be a annual thing. So we go from yearly to maybe like 2 charities every 6 months, and then we can do it quarterly, and every time it's a different cause, because there's a lot of need in the world. And again, it's passively, so it's just like your purchase, your support, and matters, and it will be donated to a different cause. It can be for reproductive rights, adult literacy, LGBT, water, climate change. Just, there's a lot, especially animals, so that, you know, when the platform does grow and the more support that's given, more people will see just how much is needed, but also just the power of community. And it can also be used to raise awareness for these causes I believe in. So that's something I would really like to do. And that's not exactly a 2022 goal. That's like a beyond goal right there. But growing the platform, that's always a goal. So hopefully I will be able to grow enough so that I have that following where we can just like help each other out and raise awareness and continue to donate to multiple charitable causes. What's another goal? Books, the platform, God, to just live life, man. To just live life, because fuck, 2020 and beyond. Betty White died yesterday. Everybody knows that one. So yeah, the fucking South, man. Can't fucking stand it. Just survive. Survive another year, survive the South, go back the fuck home, live life, and trying to have some fun. Make Nazis afraid again, make racists afraid again, make homophobes afraid again, bust the KKK, destroy the KKK. I don't know, man. Just be fucking kind and nice to people, please. Just be a good goddamn person in 2021, please, because there's so much goddamn bullshit and pain and suffering in the world. Please be good. Be good to people. That's all I'm asking for. Fuck. And I also just kind of want to reapproach how I make videos, because chances are there's going to be more videos where it's just me talking into a camera and into the mic and just talking like this. Not in like this personal way, but you know, the trial arc from Lore Olympus has been killing me. So there's definitely going to be a video in this kind of format where I'm just losing my shit talking about the trial arc. and being a crazy mad woman. And I haven't seen the new Spider-Man movie yet, but once I see the new Spider-Man movie and I watch Hawkeye, your girl has words about the MCU. So there's gonna be a video like that in this format. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know. And the reason why I want to kind of put it in this format is because it's easier to edit. It's easier to record. I don't need to write a script. It's literally just me and my words. And I can just put it out there and just keep being what I've always been. And that's a crazy woman talking into a mic. So there's that. And yeah, that's about it. All I can do at this point is continue to ask for your support and your criticism, because I'm constantly wondering if what I'm doing as a creator is good enough. And a lot of artists suffer from imposter syndrome, and it's hard for me to look at other creators, other cosplayers, arrow creators, etc., and to single myself out and find myself back in my element. And you know, I can chant as much as I want to, like, your body is beautiful, you love this body, you're sharing this body, nobody else has this body. I can research erotica all I want. I can collect all of the Playboys, all of the Sports Illustrated magazine portfolios. I can learn this, that, and the other about editing and photography. I can consume all of the art that I want and write all of the scripts that I want and all of the books. And it's still so hard for me to break out of that imposter syndrome, blah, and find my identity again. And that's something that a lot of us suffer, and we need to recognize more and be more vocal about. But it's also something that I feel like a lot of us don't know how to cope with. Like, I don't like looking at other cosplayers a lot, especially like they're around my age, young and beautiful, and seeing how much better they are than me, because they are better. And I think, oh, I'm never going to grow this much. I'm never going to get as big as them. And that's such a negative and damaging thought, because it holds me back from making stuff, right? But that's a lie, because everything is slow, everything is growth, and I'm just getting started. And all I can do is continue to find inspiration and create and create and create. And you know, if I have a dud, I have a dud. If I fail, I fail. And I'm trying to embrace those failures, you know? I don't care about my view count. I know my view count is all over the place, and I don't give a shit. I have moved past giving a shit about how I'm perceived on YouTube. It's now about how I'm perceived as an erotic creator. And it's kind of like being back as like starting YouTube and just trying to turn YouTube into a job before I was like, oh, it's just gonna be a fun hobby, and hiding my sub count because I don't look at my sub count anymore for a reason, and I hid my sub count for a reason because it doesn't fucking matter, dude. It just doesn't fucking matter. As long as people enjoy my work, that's what matters. And maybe if I could do the same thing with my erotic content, I would have the same mindset, but I'm just getting started, and I'm so fueled with drive to cosplay all these characters and finish this book and publish my book and grow, and having the mission of the Humane Society fundraiser drives me to do that even more, okay? There was a philosopher that once said that revenge is a very good motivator. And she's right. She was very right about that. But the point is, it's fucking hard. And I get that it's hard. And to those of you who are listening to my crazy fucking ass right now, and you kind of understand where I'm coming from, and you feel the same way, I know. And you're not alone. And that's why I'm making this video right now. Just to kind of say, I fucking get it, my dude. And you're not alone either. And I hope that and your continued support of me, I'll be able to reach out to you, and I'll be able to support you, and we'll find each other. And that's part of the reason why I don't want to stop making content. It's not only because I think about it all the time and the creativity is so satisfying, but it's also because I've met a lot of people through doing this, and I've made relationships that I will never take back. And I want that to continue to happen. And I'm scared. I'm scared of everything growing so fast and so quickly that there's gonna be too many of you guys, and I won't be able to give that one-on-one personal thank you anymore. So if there's ever a day I become a mega bitch and it seems like I don't care anymore because everything came to my head, y'all know how to slap my ass back down to earth. But if it ever seems like you're alone and you need help, you need a friend, we're here for you. We are here for you. And you're seen and you're heard. And we're here. And you're not alone. So thank you. Thank you for continuing to put up with my crazy ass. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your support. But more than anything else, thank you for just simply being here. Not just like here, but like here, if that makes sense. So, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, as I say bottle, did I just say bottle? From the bottom of my heart, as I say every time I do something like this, because I mean it every time, thank you. And I know it's not enough, but I'm just going to say it one more time so that you understand it. Thank you. I would say wish me luck, but I'm just going to wish you luck instead. Just good luck to all of us. Good luck to all of us. God help us. We're going to need it in 2022. My optimism has been shattered. We're not doing this shit anymore. We're not hoping for the best. We're just going to try and make it the best because fuck hope. We're going to try and make it the best. So let's try and make something out of it, okay? All right. That's it. I'm done. I'm going to edit this video and I'm going to get back to my book. I'll talk to y'all later.